jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Bomb Squad!
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know what it is. The first in the building. Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. What it do, man? Carlos, what's good? Mike on deck. Salute to y'all. Came on late because I know it's a smash and grab. Y'all already know the word is broken. They're talking about this is the King versus Predator. We're talking about formerly unified heavyweight champion 2 times is taking on a former UFC heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou. If you're paying attention to my title, it says Joshua versus Ngannou heavyweight ? Lacks relevance. Initially, when I seen this break, I already knew there has already been, scuttlebutt that's out there, right? There have been telltale signs prior to the fight card that they was trying to make this fight. The way people are looking at it like Deontay Wilder blew his shot, I don't think he blew anything. You know why I'm going to tell you that Deontay Wilder didn't blow anything? Because if you pay attention to this thumbnail, it tells you everything you need to know about this fight. I hear people in here crying about Deontay Wilder lost against Joseph Parker. He had 2 losses when he went in there. He lost against Joseph Parker. But yet they refuse to acknowledge that Francis Ngannou indeed lost to Tyson Fury. Nobody was jumping up and down, flipping off buildings, trying to prove their loyalty to say, hey, Francis Ngannou won that fight. He was robbed. He was robbed. He was robbed. This man, not too long ago, pretty much lost to Tyson Fury. Yes, he earned a knockdown and everything, but he lost to Tyson Fury. What did I say? He lost to Tyson Fury. So I don't know how much time you cats take in trying to figure this out, but I don't respect when people just jump on these little carousels, you know what I'm saying? And they want to just ride along just to be with everybody else is going around in a circle. You're trying to tell me that Francis Ngannou can lose October of 2023 and then turn around and get a fight with Anthony Joshua? We're talking about a guy who is 0-1. He didn't come over here and get a tune-up fight. He's 0-1. He just lost to Tyson Fury, October 2023. Once again, I repeat, Francis Ngannou lost to Tyson Fury. So when you say that Deontay blew his shot, no, you blew your mind. You blew the opportunity to prove to the people that you know a little bit about the sport when it comes to boxing and mixed martial arts. Clearly, if you're trying to compare this to Conor McGregor, you cannot do that because Conor McGregor was absolutely tardy from returning a second time to face anybody of relevance in the boxing arena. You know what I'm saying? So when you see and you hear these individuals that's claiming that they know so much about the sport, why aren't they building up this scenario to make sense out here? This man just lost October 2023, and they're building this fight up with Joshua as some mega fight, the King versus Predator. That doesn't even make any sense at all. Any sense at all, bro. Any sense at all. You know, another thing that doesn't make sense is that they're saying Deontay Wilder took his third loss when Francis Ngannou, as we speak right now, is 17-3. You know what I'm saying? 17-3. Deontay has 43 victories into the sport of boxing. An Olympian. But yet, y'all running around here and believing that this fight has relevance to the heavyweight division. It's nothing. It has absolutely no relevance. And it further shows that a lot of you all that was riding Wilder off into the sunset, you really kind of missed the suspense and intrigue that goes along with it. His name was absolutely in this equation. If Wilder's name was in this equation, regardless of how you think he looks and he don't have the killer instinct and all this other shit, hey, he can find it. If his name would have been in this equation with Joshua, him and Malik Scott better find it. JD's, find it. Coach Cuz, find it. They would have had several weeks to be able to get him fired up and get him snapped back into that damn killer instinct that he had and snap him out of that freaking bubble of peace that he's finally acquired and made his freaking psychological domicile. They could have snapped that. They could have punctured that. Nobody's up here sitting like you can't do the freaking math. This man already had 3 losses, man, before this fight was signed. They already had this intention. They already had this intention. You know why? Because people was up here getting a fresh face in the boxing arena. A fresh face now. They got a fresh face in Ngannou. He has some people behind him. Did I tell you, those of you that continue to talk about how old Deontay Wilder is? He's 38, right? Do you know how old Francis Ngannou is? Francis Ngannou is 37 years old. So I'm not here to work on my target practice. I'm really not. All I'm here is to remind you all that I pay attention to certain things like this. And it's really nothing that is complex. All I'm saying is you all say Deontay is too old. He don't have it no more. He look a certain way. He has 3 losses now. He blew it with Joseph Parker. So why didn't Ngannou blow it? Because he has 3 losses right now as we speak. Wilder just picked up his 3rd loss against Parker. Ngannou is 37 years old, comparable to Wilder's 38. Joshua is making himself up the ladder of age. You know what I'm saying? He's getting up there. 27-3-0. He had 3 losses heading into that freaking fight card in Riyadh, right? Joshua's 34 years of age, but he's been pretty much micromanaging chaperone through his career. Nobody's looking at this as, okay, this is a mega fight. What's mega about this fight, though? I'm not just doing this live stream to say, okay, I'm trying to advocate that Deontay Wilder should be in the picture. I'm not doing that. I'm basically speaking to you all and reaffirming that this fight has no relevance at all to the heavyweight division. None. It has 0. None at all. No relevance. If Ngannou beats Joshua, right? All it proves is that boxing got it wrong once again. They want to throw Joshua into a situation, and I'm not sure what's going on behind the screen. I know Ngannou is signed over at PFL. He still have some freaking fights on his contract. One thing I love about the mixed martial arts community, they fighters can pick up double-digit losses, and they still support him heavy. But he's over in the boxing arena. So this is what I'm looking at. Let's just say Ngannou beats Joshua. Has anybody heard of a rematch clause? Do anybody want to see a rematch clause with Joshua? What happens when Joshua is thrown into a matchup like this? Does he perform well? A fighter that just went in there and knocked down Fury, you think he can knock down Joshua? Or is Ngannou going to get the orders? Can you see Ngannou going 0-2 and still being a bit relevant in boxing? I don't see it. He take this next loss, he's 0-2. He disappears just like Conor McGregor. So somebody either going to be satisfied that he was able to get the checks that he wanted, or they're going to try to work something out for a fresh face to get a shot and try to create history, make history with his record. A 1-1 fighter going here to fight for the undisputed titles. Because think about it. If Fury and Alexander Usyk fights this year, no one has really plastered is it a rematch clause on that fight. So if you take the winner of Joshua Ngannou, and then they try to make it a huge spectacle for a money grab again, if Ngannou beats Joshua and then he fights the winner. Let's compare this. He already fought Fury, so there's familiarity there, right? Like I said before, that would bring in money. That would bring the consumers, because they felt that Ngannou did so well that one night in a losing effort, it increased his freaking social media followers, everything. This man went viral just from earning the knockdown from a Fury. So if Fury beat Usyk, then I'm pretty certain they're gonna bring Ngannou, if he beats Anthony Joshua, into a match that is for the undisputed heavyweight titles. Which I'm gonna tell you point blank, Fury is not gonna lose that fight. It's gonna be good for Ngannou coming over there 1-1, but Fury isn't gonna lose that for the what Jack Reese say, for the spirit of the sport. For the spirit of the sport, Fury ain't losing that fight. It's gonna look good and they're gonna talk their shit and all that, but he ain't losing. Now, if it come to Usyk, this is a little bit different. All right? Ngannou and Usyk. Is there any connection there? You know what I'm saying? Forget people perked up and everything. Is there any interest for Ngannou versus Usyk? Does anybody want to see? Does it have that connection? Does it draw in and get people to gravitate to? No, nothing. It doesn't. It doesn't get people to draw in and do too much of anything when it comes to this fight. You know what I'm saying? They're going to say, oh, this is kind of awkward. This is odd. What? I don't know what to think of this fight. It just don't give me that it factor that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? People are going to say, it just doesn't pinch me the way I want to be pinched right now when it comes to undisputed, especially in the first defense. It just doesn't give me what I'm looking for. But with Fury, it does, because that's what took Ngannou over the top. Him being able to drop Fury in a non-title fight of 10 rounds. He was able to go a full 10 rounds and he dropped Fury in the third round. Looking at this fight right now, I don't see how relevant Anthony Joshua plays a role. Now, I mean, you're talking about a 2-time unified champion against an 0-1 fighter. And they're building this up as if this man just didn't take a loss in October. I don't get it. I'm not supposed to get it. You know what I'm saying? I want to sit, what I attempted to do is scan the boxing universe somewhat like an ultrasound. I wanted to find who was behind this shit. I wanted to goddamn do a global ultrasound and find who was responsible and what criteria were they basing this fight off of. How did Ngannou get a shot? How does he get a shot at Joshua? You know what I'm saying? How does he get a shot at Joshua, not Deontay? Deontay Wilder losing to Joseph Parker could have very well came back, You're trying to tell me October is any different than December? This guy already had 3 losses. You cats out here talking about Deontay blew it with Joseph Parker, but you act like you can't do simple math. Mathematics in boxing is easy. It's a win column and it's a loss column. This man already had 3 losses. Deontay didn't get knocked out. He lost. He did not get knocked out. He showed great resilience in that fight. Even though he looked bad, he showed great resilience. He showed his toughness. He showed his beard. He showed that he can take a shot once again, just like he proven so many other times against the likes of Luis Ortiz. He proved to people. But then people, they going up here talking about he blew it like Joshua just didn't get stopped in 2022. This is crowd. This is mad bias, bro. And this is all I'm saying. This is mad biasness. It's easy to just look at this and make your assessment without even getting the slightest of a headache. This is easy. You have to perform an ultrasound and find the person who made this decision when it comes to matchmaking, man. And put your left hand on the left wheel. First, invite them to sit down because you want to have a conversation. Put your left hand on the left wheel and your right hand on the right wheel, and you shove them in traffic. You say, no, you don't deserve to be on the curve in this one. You deserve to be off the front end of someone's vehicle driving by. This makes no sense at all in boxing. People up here splattering this all across their damn thumbnails all day, but none of it is talking about the fine details like WCS. How can you say Wilder should be out of the picture when Ngannou already had 3 losses just based off October? He fights in December and loses. He didn't get stopped, and all of a sudden he's washed up. When Ngannou is 37 years old, he signed with PFL. You're going to see some finessing going on. Watch what I tell you. It's all about the money with this. But you really can't tell with the Sheiks, though. I'll give it to you this way. Because they're not really up here. Like, yeah, they can. It can still be fixed fights in boxing, even in the sand. It can. You know what I'm saying? It can. We already seen it with Ruiz and Andy Ruiz and Joshua, too. We seen it. He came in seriously overweight. You know what I'm saying? Like he was freaking having a Snicker party out there, a barn fight when they was roasting Snicker bars, and he was obese and came in there and didn't do anything just so Joshua can get the belts back. Now Joshua's in a similar situation, and I'm trying to determine. I was like, I wonder how am I going to prognosticate or forecast the conclusion of this fight. I'm trying to find it within myself. How can I place that thought? You know what I'm saying? How is this gonna end? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the scenarios together. What would be more beneficial? Ngannou Fury? Yes. Ngannou Usyk? No. Can he beat Joshua? Yes. Ngannou can beat Joshua. Yes, sir. Ngannou can beat Joshua. But boxing politics, the spirit of the sport. Can Joshua beat Ngannou per the delivery of the orders? Yes, I believe so. Joshua beating Ngannou, fighting the winner of Fury Usyk. Fury wins. Fury versus Joshua. Who wins? Fury. Easily. And we all know the second half, baby. We all know the second half. You know how I do, man. Come on. Anthony Joshua versus Usyk. No one wants to see that BS. So you try to figure out what's going to happen in this freaking undisputed fight this year. No one wants to see Anthony Joshua Usyk 3. Get out of here, bro. They want to see Fury versus Ngannou again. That's all. They don't want to see Fury versus Joshua. You know why they don't? Because it's not going to be fair to the human pupil. Your eye will start to hurt. Don't nobody want to see that shit. No one wants to see it. Now one question mark is still lingering with me, right? You know what I'm saying? It is lingering with me, right? And that is, how long does Fury want to continue in the sport of boxing? Is he willing to get paid a hefty sum of money to take his first L and leave the sport and be happy? Or does he wants to make it a 2-fight where Fury continues to reign at the top of the heap? You know what I'm saying? Fury wins this fight with Alexander Usyk and then potentially have a fight just as Anthony Joshua and Ngannou. But right now, if Ngannou goes in there and flatlines Joshua, we're potentially talking about one of the biggest fights that we've seen in quite some time. Now the hypocrisy sets in for what I've said about the fight. I'd say this fight between Francis Ngannou and Anthony Joshua is irrelevant, but it changes things if you don't reflect upon how this whole situation started to bubble up with the exposure of Francis Ngannou. He just earned a knockdown against a multiple time heavyweight champion now, right? So that's where he went viral. And there's still people out there, MMA fans, that want to see Ngannou gets his second try. So out of this whole scenario, this is not even a triangle theory. Out of this whole scenario, what makes the most sense when it comes to one of the biggest fights, you know what I'm saying, possibly of 2024? It'll be Fury and Ngannou 2. It'll be Fury and Ngannou 2. Fury, Anthony Joshua, it doesn't even bring a little bit of the blue flame. It doesn't even smoke. It doesn't even just spark up anything, because people believe that Fury is too damn smart for Joshua. It will be one of those fights where Fury does what Fury do and go in there and make Joshua look like he's supposed to. Don't nobody want to see Joshua after he went in there and lost to Usyk twice. Don't nobody want to see Joshua versus Usyk 3. Don't nobody want to see that. They want to see Fury versus Ngannou. Why? Because there's momentum. So there's two scenarios. Fury beats Usyk and Ngannou goes in there and knockouts Joshua. Ngannou goes and knock out Joshua. He goes in there and beat Joshua convincingly to the point where people want to see him fight Fury a second time. Now you have a something that has made his rounds. You know what I'm saying? Now it sits at the vortex of boxing. Now the interest is there. All this energy from the boxing fans, people just like going crazy. Like, okay, boxing is entertainment. We done seen the Paul brothers go in here and do what they do. We see Floyd, about to fight Manny Pacquiao. We see all these other people fighting in these crazy fights. But just why I say the hypocrisy comes into play. Because if this fight's happen, it's no different than what I'm talking about with Anthony Joshua when it comes to paperwork. You're talking about an 0-1 fighter fighting a multi-time heavyweight boxing world champion in Anthony Joshua. But then, if you put him in a position to fight Fury stylistically matching up with Ngannou based off the first fight, it provides you with a little bit more validation, man. When you just want to say, yeah, I want to see something like this. You know what I'm saying? I really want to see this. It provides you with a little bit more validation. Because you're saying to yourself, stylistically, yes, two big dudes. You know what I'm saying? Ngannou has a better base than most heavyweight. He has huge legs. He has the MMA background. You know what I'm saying? He has power. He has what everybody said enticed them to want to see Deontay step through the ropes. Ngannou has that power too. He was able to knock down Fury. Not like Deontay did in their first fight, but he was able to catch Fury. You know what I'm saying? Timing beats power and everything else to go along with it. But people was jumping for joy, man. They were saying, oh, man. The MMA community was going crazy like, oh, man, Ngannou embarrassed Fury. Well, last time I checked, it wasn't for a title. and he got the decision. Nobody was sitting up here debating that. Now I just look at it like we have to be patient on this particular fight playing out, because it's so much guessing to this whole quadrant. You know what I'm saying? You have a quadrant of 4 names, and we're trying to see what lies ahead. How can we forecast what's lying ahead in this heavyweight division? Because it's really nothing sparking up. You know what I'm saying? It's really nothing. You know, people are going to, get up and clap a little bit for Fury Usyk. But at the end of the day, they're looking for Fury to win that fight. You know what I'm saying? Usyk won that decision against Dubois, and people's like, man, come on, man. Like, you went down. Maybe Dubois hit him, real nice and perfect spot, perfect placement, right? If he did, it's just the whole fact of looking at Usyk try to explain to Dubois, you're still going to be great. You're going to do it. You go, boy. You're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? You kind of lost some appraisal points. But me running into Usyk, I don't think he really gives a damn about appraisal and FICO scores. He don't give a fuck about that. Fury may not give a damn either. But to me, Fury has been in the spotlight so much that when he comes to the plate, the cheater that he is, people get up. And people's like, okay, who's gonna fight? You let Ngannou go in there and starch Joshua. We have a mega fight, dog. Not so much a mega fight on paper. We're talking about mega fight for the interest of those fans who are absolutely bored with the heavyweight division right now. This brings excitement. If these 2 fight scenarios plays out the way I think they do, Fury beats Usyk and Ngannou beats Joshua, now we're talking about an entirely different clash. This collision course will be unfreaking believable when it comes to the fans, y'all. And we already seen them go out there and fight. We already seen it. But what is sticking to people's mind is the fact that he was able to go in there and drop Fury. Now people are looking at it like, well, maybe Deontay Wilder took some out of Fury too. Just like Fury took some out of Deontay. That's what they're saying. We have a bilateral, damage control here, where both fighters had a percentage which depleted them from being, who they once was before they went on this trilogy. I get it. It's boxing. It's the hurt business. But I'm telling you, out of this quadrant, this scenario with these 4 names, Ngannou to Joshua, Fury to Usyk, it's only 2 possible scenarios that can bring the proper response for people to gravitate to this fight, for the consumers to get, a little bit hyped up, to become much more interested, to get out their rockers. They say, man, the MMA community is pumped. They start freaking promoting the fight over there at PFL. I'm telling you, it's a lot of money to be had if it goes down the way I'm telling you. A lot of money. We're talking about the MMA community. People up here talking about countries coming together and all this. Think about the MMA community. The MMA community, not just the UFC, the MMA community, PFL, Bellator, all these MMA community. And they coming to get behind Ngannou to show that MMA is a more superior sport. Boom, he goes in there and starts Joshua. And he gets to fight with Fury. It's going to be epic. That shit is going to be epic. It's going to be talked about. People are going to be losing their wits thinking about how this fight is going to play out in the rematch. Ngannou had Mike Tyson training him for that first fight. Can you imagine, based off what we have witnessed already with the promo over there in Riyadh, can you imagine if Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury 2 comes on deck again? I'm telling you, it's going to be what everybody would have wanted it to be, boxing fans, the hardcore boxing fans, if it was Wilder and Joshua. Now you have a matchup of misfits, so to speak, when it comes to their combat profession. You have Francis Ngannou and you have Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is obviously, in this particular scenario, he will be absolutely the king, the undisputed king in boxing. It is up to Tyson Fury to defend that throne against a former heavyweight champion, mixed martial artist, Francis Ngannou. I'm telling you, that scenario in itself will bring such a bit of attention to the sport of boxing like we never seen before, and the promo that will go into it over there in Riyadh. I mean, you're talking about new levels, y'all. You heard that song, I'm on a new level? New level. New level. New level. Real talk. New level. Shout out to Martin King Boxing on deck. I see you. What's good? Sammy on deck. I see you. AJ is a former world champion fighting the 0-1 MMA guy. Come on. That's ridiculous. AJ about to stop it. It's better not go the distance. Hey, Samuel. And that's where the distortion is with people, being a little bit open-minded and being able to freely cross over and understand a bit more about mixed martial arts. They just say, okay, they fighting in a boxing ring. You say Anthony Joshua is going to knock out Francis Ngannou when you just seen the current reigning WBC champion go 10 rounds with him. I'm not up here to highlight casuals of boxing, but if you put comments in there, you leave yourself open to that type of projectile. Why would you say that Anthony Joshua, of all people, who's been known to be chinny, is going to knock out Francis Ngannou, who went 10 rounds with Fury, and also then get rocked by elbow that Fury threw too? Fury absolutely threw an elbow, a right elbow. Come on, man. Why do y'all get up here and just say, it's MMA and he's 0-1? He's a former mixed martial arts UFC heavyweight world champion, bro. Y'all really need to kind of, just turn the page and go over there and check this MMA out a little bit. A lot of people don't want to do that because it's too much for them to understand. You really can't break down mixed martial arts like you do boxing. I get it. And Martin King, you agreeing with this guy. Martin King, what are you doing? You agreeing with him? Come on, man. You better than be agreeing just because. AJ does it is to his advantage because where that fight. So listen, once again, AJ can do no wrong in the eyes of some of these cats. AJ can do no wrong. AJ can go out here and look bad. And no one really, when he bad, he's good. And when he's bad, he's good. And when he's good, he's good. So actually, no matter when he's bad, you still gonna look at him as being good. Because he fought Otto Wallin that didn't even fight back and didn't have no freaking type of activity at all. Very minimal. And people up here not even saying, they acting like Otto Wallin went life and limb with him. You know what I'm saying? You act like he went life and limb with AJ. You act like there was a Vladimir Klitschko showdown. You act like they was exchanging an intense barrage of punches, man. You act like they was going mano a mano. Come on, Ron, man. You know more than that in boxing. What are you doing, man? I guess it's Friday, man. I guess it's Friday, bro. I guess it's Friday, though. You know what I'm saying? The good thing about that, Samuel, is what you giving him don't count. It doesn't make it outside this chat, man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make it outside this chat. Real talk. This man just went 10 rounds with the reigning defending champion. Last time I checked, Anthony Joshua's former belts that he had was in possession of Alexander Usyk. All I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. We're not making this about the Wilder and Gano. I just put Wilder name in there that everybody, well, I won't say everybody. There was a great amount of boxing fans who would have loved to see that fight. But since Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearns never wanted to make that fight, they tried everything to reject that fight and come up with excuses as to why they didn't accept the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's been documented. That's on record, period. All right? There's no need to really debate about that. Now that, he, like I said earlier, he lost and people lost. Oh, he blew it. How can he blow it? And Ngannou just lost in October 2023. There's no way that makes sense. It's no way it makes sense, period. Thanks for letting me know, man. I wasn't even paying attention to my phone. But shout out to Martin King Boxing once again for supporting the channel. I appreciate you, man. With the I'm gonna call it the super chat, even though it's a cash app. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ron for the $5 super chat in the building on deck in the cash app, man. I appreciate you, big dog. I think AJ getting hit by Ruiz was a fluke. Oh, God damn. Martin King tripping, dog. You are tripping, man. I'm about to return the sender, dog. You tripping, dog. Hey, shout out to Samuel, man. For the $10 super chat and not taking it personal with my responses. I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Samuel with the $10 super chat on deck in the cash app, man. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to ones who supporting the channel. You know what I'm saying? And rock out with your boy W6. I appreciate y'all. But I still have question marks. There's tap dancing in my thought process. Real talk. Martin King knows better. He's been around the block and back and up the block and back and up around the block again. Come on, man. You agreeing with Samuel on this? No way, bro. It's no way, man. It's no way that you cannot see that a mixed martial artist that displayed he can go 10 rounds with the heavyweight champ. The heavyweight champ. That you think people are not going to go see. Now, did I ever say that Ngannou is going to beat Tyson Fury? I never told you that I believe Ngannou will beat Tyson Fury if they fought. I'm saying that the boxing fans is going to gravitate to that fight based off this airborne virus called popularity, called social media stardom, called clout, called I'm bored and I need something to get up for. That's all. They're going to say, oh, man, I want to see that. Oh, man. You see what Ngannou did to AJ? You see? Samuel, did you see what Ngannou did to AJ? Look, you say no way. You say no way that Ngannou beats Anthony Joshua. No way. No way to me. It's something strange about that no way. Where are you giving Anthony Joshua credit for being this iron jaw gladiator? You know what I'm saying? What fight are you giving him credit, bro? I'm just trying to find out what recent fight. You giving him 2 fights against Usyk? Come on, man. He couldn't even stop Usyk, a cruiserweight, man. He couldn't even stop Usyk, a cruiserweight. He got tired, fatigued. You want to blame it on Robert Garcia? Is that we trying to do? We want to blame it on Robert Garcia? No. Let's bring it on Diddy James. No. Let's bring it on. Let's blame it on Ben Davison. How many trainers do this guy have to have for you all to lose confidence in here, bro? He's going from trainer to trainer to trainer to trainer. Who do you think the problem is? Drum roll, please. Ta-da! AJ, better known as Anthony Joshua. Shout out to Stephen Brimley. What's good? What's good? Stephen automatically comes in here talking about facts. Man, y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. AJ gets way too much hate for real. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, man. I have explained to humans. Martin King, listen up for a second. I have been on record explaining to humans that we didn't truly cross over into a different year when you're talking about the way life works and the way the rotation of the axis and everything, when it comes to Earth. You know what I'm saying? We live in a numeric simulation. That's all. They have it scheduled for 12 months in a calendar year. Though it's been proven that we do age in that year. We do. That doesn't mean when you transfer from the last day of one year to the first day of the next year that you have to totally erase everything that you've learned in previous years up to that point. That doesn't mean you got to do that, man. You don't have to do this. What are you doing? The hate is for real. What is this love? What is this new energy? This I want to take up and be a protector of AJ. Come on, man. Ron, you've been around the sport too long, bro. You don't goddamn well that Anthony Joshua has proven that he is just a paper champion, man. A overhyped weight room. What they call them dudes in the freaking weight room all the time. What they call them? I'm not even gonna do them dirty like that. Stephen come in the door and say, "Facts, Ron. Facts." It might just be because we in the first week of 24. People still getting acclimated to certain things. I don't know. Some people might have just had a very, very celebratory New Year's. They still recovering from the alcohol consumption or whatever they were smoking on. It might have been some tripping and some falling and some scraping up, the forehead, some CTE damage going. I'm going to put it like that, bro, because y'all are tripping. Y'all are now jumping on the AJ waistband. Oh, hold on. Let me hold you up, AJ. I know you've been training hard. You ain't gonna fall, champ. We got you. We got you. You received too much hate, champ. Come on, man. No. We can't sit up here and say what Ngannou didn't do. We can't sit up here and throw all these imaginary hindsight scenarios, and we want to give people, hyperboles and all this other false shit that in the rearview mirror. Hey, so and so, if he would have fought this person that had a strength of 9 silverback gorillas at that time, because he was at his peak, he was in his prime, the fight would have been no. That's not what we're doing, man. When you use the word annihilated, we're not talking about Wilder. You keep talking about Wilder. I just use Wilder in a sense in the thumbnail because many in the boxing community would have said, I'm hyped that Anthony Joshua and Wilder. That's it. We're talking about Ngannou. We're talking about the other black guy. We're talking about the other black guy fighting the other black guy. Cameroon, Nigerian, Cameroon. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about those individuals. Y'all keep bringing up Wilder because you're fans of Wilder. I get it. I am too. You know what I'm saying? And you would definitely like to see Wilder on this thumbnail next to Joshua. I get it. But now I understand the totality is that we have Joshua protectors in here in 24. We have Joshua protectors. It was the climate AJ had to endure on the East Coast or something that wasn't AJ. Oh my God. I swear to God. Look, man, Ron, hey, you on some trolling to start off the first week. This is hilarious. The climate in New York? Really? The climate in New York? So let me get this right. Hold up. Martin King said there was a climate in New York. So he fought Andy Ruiz, I believe it was June 2019. So June 2019, I've been over there in June. I've been over there. It's not like you think. It's not bad at all. No. Only the people that was there doing that fight, we can tell you what it was. It's been plenty of people to go over to NYC, and they don't get this type of excuse. You know what I'm saying? They doesn't get a whole committee to go out here and push excuses to the people. Fury always been hittable. I think AJ can come up with a solid game plan to thwart anything Francis does. I'm saying decision win. Marlon King, I'm going to go on record, right? Today, right? I'm going to go on record and inform you, all right? Ahead of time. I'm being proactive on this. AJ is not beating Francis Ngannou, okay? Second of all, I'm going to go on record. The fight isn't going the distance, all right? Third, I believe in that scenario. Francis beat AJ and Fury beats Usyk, right? Lastly, when you hear of the fight of Ngannou, Tyson Fury 2, we can talk about it again on another live stream. I don't see AJ going in there doing nothing. Nothing. First of all, Ngannou has more dog than AJ. We know AJ have used those free 2 special ed gerbils that's damn running that pinwheel in his heart. You know they ain't worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? Them two special ed gerbils ain't worth a damn. All they got is one job to do. You know what I'm saying, Monty King? They got one fucking job to spin that pinwheel and keep Joshua in the game, in the damn fight, so he won't get tired. Them motherfuckers be lounging, snacking on popcorn, saying, well, we did it for the first 6 rounds. I'm pretty sure he got it for the next. I'm tired. I'm tired too. He didn't pay us enough anyway. And plus, this guy, he's arrogant. He lifts all the weights and does all that anaerobic workout. But then he expects us just to go hard for 12 rounds? I'm telling you, Joshua has these damn fragile gerbils that's running a pinwheel to try to keep that energy going, you know what I'm saying? To keep that oxygen flow going in fights. And it just don't happen. They just stop on them. They quit. Just like he did against Ruiz. Yes, he did. Just like he did against Ruiz. Monty King say it was the climate, y'all. We're talking about they was inside. They wasn't out there like Vegas, you know, doing weigh-ins. It wasn't like Florida when they fought with the roof open and it was raining. No, this was indoor, nice and cozy. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Experience is the key with AJ. He fights them all. World Combat Sports. Oh, my God. We know AJ's resume, though questionable, is respectable. I would say that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those of you that's in the chat, Steven said Usyk been stopped by no one. Okay. What does that have to do with him and Fury? He hasn't fought Fury yet. He just was knocked down by Dubois. And he wanted to make it seem like he was hit in the cup. Him and Lomachenko, their clock is ticking. I like Usyk. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Usyk as a fighter. I was able to see him in person. Good dude. Good dude. Usyk is a good dude, man. I met Fury in person. Based off what I know about, everything else, Fury is Fury, man. He's a gypsy. You know what I'm saying? Do I consider him to be a cheater? Yeah. At the end of the day, y'all advocating for Usyk, who I believe his boxing IQ is not that of Tyson Fury. It's not. But I do commend, Oleksandr Usyk for what he did at cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? But his resume at heavyweight, no. He was fast track, like many others below him. You know what I'm saying? Fast track, off Chase Witherspoon, Derek Chisora, and he was able to get the job done against none other than the easiest touch in heavyweight division. Oleksandr Usyk went in there and beat Anthony Joshua. Wouldn't you believe he did it not once, but twice? I get it. I get it, big dog. I get it. There go Brimley once again. Morning King, facts. Facts. What's up this Friday, bro? Just because these words are all starting with the foxtrot, the letter F, is facts in the chat? No, that's not it. Evolving, going hand in hand with learning from our mistakes. Okay, I can accept that. But learning in general, Ron, we all know that we have been around the sport for a while, and learning is essential to those who take it serious enough. But sometimes people who learn, they do have that area, you know what I'm saying, that they're able to utilize falsicities. You know what I'm saying? They have access to those options. That is what you call selective amnesia. That's when they play like they never learn a day in their life, and they want to play like they don't understand what they're talking about just to get a reaction. No, you're better than that. You can't sit up here and say, oh, well, evolving goes hand in hand. Learning goes hand in hand too. Because once you learn about something, you're able to process scenarios that make sense, right? You have the knowledge to do that. But since it's 2024, people want to come over here and they want to play the role. I get it, man. It's not love or protection of AJ. It's the American fan slight of AJ. You call AJ overhyped, but that's title is squarely on Wilder. No. It's all about who I said it was. Because, see, last time I checked, I was more so focused on AJ being overhyped. You know what I'm saying? Stay on topic now. Stay on topic. Yes, I'm more focused on AJ being a hype job. A hype job. That's what I believe there, Stephen. You all are coming over here trying to make it a US-UK thing. No, it's not that. I've met several UK fighters in person. It's not a. I've been having this attitude since 2018, bro. I call AJ overhyped, a hype job prior to him stepping in to face Vladimir Klitschko, who they went into the mountains to search off retirement and bring him back to Wembley Stadium for promo. He's a hype job since the Olympics, bro. How gold figure he wins the gold medal at the London Olympics. Next. And you're not going to get any particular reaction out of me from American fans and this, that, and the other. It's not even about American versus UK. That's not even close. You know what I'm saying? It's not even American. No, we're talking about what an opinion is. You know what I'm saying? What's based off paperwork? What does BoxRec say? What does replay say? What does spin the reel means? We can look at film and it's out there. You know what I'm saying? None of these heavyweight fighters have looked perfect. You have to look at the trilogy of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury and the damage they inflicted on one another. You know what I'm saying? How they knocked one another down. You have to look at all that. You have to look at it all. After Wilder's last beatdown, he contemplated retirement. AJ, on the other, looked sharp and said he's chasing greatness. AJ has made more money than Wilder, yet hungrier. Wilder hang it up. You know, the money issue, I don't get into that because they're the ones stepping in the ring. You know, I have a total spreadsheet with all their expenses and who they have to pay, the percentages and all that. So that's pointless to even mention, right? And then you can say AJ looks sharp. I mean, if you run a butter knife against somebody's wrist that never been cut before, they're gonna say, "Oh, that hurt." Hey, you know, that's what happened in that fight, man. A lot of you cats really didn't know who AJ was. You saw him in there. He got the victory. You said, "Oh man, he looks sharp." No sharper than a butter knife. No sharper than a butter knife. I'm talking about the top, not the actual indentations. I'm talking about the top of the butter knife. He was just as sharp as that. He was sharp as me cracking an egg and then taking the eggshell and goddamn smashing it on your freaking arm. I don't expect you to say ouch. I expect you to like, man, now I got to wash this shit off. Damn. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about eggshell chips. And you giving AJ credit for that win over Otto Wallin? Hey, 24, man. Hey, people are proving that in the first week, they just want to give it all they got. You know what I'm saying? They want to give it all they got. That's all, because we're about to go into the second week of 2024. I get it. You want to make sure you maximize all the trolling efforts prior to going into the second week. Okay? I get it, man. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's just not going down like it was 4 years ago. I seen the hate firsthand with Alphabet Beta Boys. You know, I mean, it's a lot went on back then. It's a lot, man. It's a lot to continue to be in rotation, man. We've been there before. We know that, but why are you worried about what happened all the way back then in this scenario? I gave you the scenario. You know what I'm saying? I gave you the scenario. I gave everyone in the chat scenario. What is really good for boxing. No one wants to see. I'm going to cut through. I'm going to jump the line a little bit, swerve into the mercy lane and hop back in traffic without using my blinker. Nobody wants to see Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk a third time. No. There's no point in that. Somebody, in order for that to work, has to take a dive. I don't see Joshua going there beating Usyk in the third match. I don't see it. I don't see it at all, bro. Style for style, Usyk, Joshua. No. Usyk has him figured out. Fury, Anthony Joshua. Oh man, it's freaking destruction. Fury is just too smart for Joshua. You know what I'm saying? You know what happened when a robot gets a little bit, you kind of hit the joystick just a little bit quicker. What does it do? It fall over, right? That's exactly what's going to happen to Joshua. Y'all might not want to hear that, but that's my guess. Dan on deck, what's good with it? I go to New York, my anxiety goes through the roof. He's a foreigner. WC is very fast paced. So why don't other fighters get exemptions like the UK fighters sometime? I know it's been proven that they have therapeutic exemptions over there across the pond. But why would you say, the climate? It's nothing that's relevant to talk about the climate in NYC. It's been so many fighters in history, man, to go over to NYC. And that is the first time I ever heard someone mention climate. Now, the only climate that I can think about there, Martin King, is the fact that Andy Ruiz was freaking making it seem like meteors was dropping from the sky. And when they hit Joshua on this freaking soft confetti, styrofoam, liquid, marshmallow dripping chin, he might have thought that a volcano was erupting, or, we was going through the rapture or something. He might have felt that Yes, there was a falling star. That was a fire somewhere, and there was huge embers dropping from the sky. I don't know, man. You talking about that climate when it all of a sudden got hot, and he found himself trying to pick up his body off the canvas. That type of heat. And he asked the referee, did somebody turn up the heat back there? Tell them to leave that thermostat alone, man. It's hot up in this motherfucker. No, nobody touched the thermostat, but Andy Ruiz did touch you on the jawline, okay? Now, you're going through some psychological changes right now. I want you to stay with me. Walk to your right, come back, you're good. Fight. Ding, 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 boom, bing, bong, ding. Are you okay, Joshua? Are you okay? Oh, you spit your mouth. You okay? Well, say something. Respond. Fight over with. It didn't have nothing to do with climate. You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with climate. Had nothing to do with climate. Hey, we have to wait till this fight happens. You know what I'm saying? We have to wait till this fight is on fight week, before all bets are taken. Because this is going to be the easiest. The easiest. Just like putting it back in the day, those of you that wasn't there. I don't expect you to be able to relate. But it's just like going up there and putting a dime into the bubblegum machine. That's how easy it is going to get that prize. For real. Anthony Joshua is not beating Ngannou, y'all. It's easy work for Ngannou. Easy. Why? Because Joshua is a super hype job with no cape. Thanks for Planet, LA, 24 Hour, and all those other fitness franchises that's out here where Joshua can visit these, areas when he was in Texas and go lift weights. Because he said he loved getting up under the barbell. And then he thinks that those little gerbils supposed to take him from round 1 all the way to 12? Just because he wanted to go in there and bulk up and come in the fight 254 and be... Come on, man. Why do y'all do it to yourself over here? Why do you do it to yourself? You know damn well Joshua's cardio, he loved bench pressing and doing all that shit. He ain't trying to think about how poor his cardio is, how strained it is. You know what I'm saying? How he's gasping. How he never got it right, man, because they put all that muscle on that frail little kid from the London Olympics. And, he's just never been able to hold that weight yet. The only way that Joshua holds that weight and be able to dictate the pace is that he has a freaking mannequin challenge going on in front of him. He got tied with Usyk twice. But he went out here and earned a stoppage with Wallin, who was right there in front of him. Hey, you're moving a little bit too much, Otto. Okay? Chill. Calm down. Shift it down. 2. Take it down 2. Okay, nice. Right there. Let me hit you with this jab. Okay, good. That feels good on the end of my glove. Stay right there. That range, that's my jab. Pop. I'm going to double up on it. Pop. Yeah, that looks nice. We're going to move around. I'm going to triple up on it. Pop. Yeah, good. Hey, your nose starting to bleed a little bit. Sell it. Okay? Don't come out for the next round. Man, get out of here. Y'all getting hype on the Friday. Don't let this Friday hype you up for the wrong reason. Don't do it. He's going to trip himself up trying to keep up with AJ. Footwork and all types of activity. I think, look, I look at it like this. Y'all obviously don't know that mixed martial artists have 5 minutes per round. And footwork is an area of their skill set and striking that is when you talk about it, obviously you haven't quite overly educated yourself on how important it is. They have some of the best footwork in the game. You're talking about footwork that has to set them for multiple strikes, you know what I'm saying, coming from their opponent and for themselves to set up. From kicks, to spinning technique, to just, You know what I'm saying? Punch kicks to setting them up for level changes. There's no takedowns in boxing. In order for you to navigate yourself through a cage, through a large cage like that, which is much bigger than a boxing ring, you have to have footwork. Now, come on, at the end of the day, you're still punching your opponent. You're still punching your opponent. Hey, well, you might as well stop and cut off the TV and call your whoever you got and tell them you want to discontinue your subscription. You need to do that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You need to do that tomorrow, because all these dang 2024 AJ fans, you know what I'm saying? They're not being genuine, bro. You're not being genuine. I get it. You're not being genuine. I get it, Samuel. You know what I'm saying? I get it. This set the tone for 2024. I'm excited about boxing once again. The Zone and Match Room with Turk Al-Sheikh has sparked boxing up again. Man, y'all are basically putting the Sheiks in here. I'd rather hear y'all give a shout out to the Sheiks rather than talk about AJ for real. Talk about dudes who guaranteed to get what they want. Hey, talk about the dudes that's really going to get what they want. They got the money, dog. You know what I'm saying? They got the money to get the results that they want, but I just don't want to hear anything about Ngannou going in there and not being able to compete with Anthony Joshua, dog. This takes me back to June. I see it playing out all over again, but this time it's going to be in the sand. You know what I'm saying? This time it's going to be in the sand. AJ was in the sand last time, and Andy Ruiz took the orders. He didn't really go out there to win. Andy Ruiz took the orders, y'all. We know he took the orders. Y'all know he took the orders. Everyone know he took the orders. His stomach could tell you he took the orders. And guess who he's going back over there again? AJ is right back over there. Nobody care about that Otto Wallin fight. But look how much dust Francis Ngannou is going to kick up when he goes in there and shows AJ how it's really done. He's going to embarrass him, dog. It's time to retire. Just like Samuel said, hey, he's going to stop watching boxing. He's going to go in there and, hey, it's going to be a whole lot of other things to change too. You're going to have to goddamn and just keep your subscription just a little while longer so you can hear AJ say, it's been great. You know what I mean? But it's definitely time for me to hang up the gloves and just spend time with the family. 1, I think I've did everything I need to do. 2, I know I've been a hype job my whole career. 3, I can't change the minds, but I want to give a shout out to my fans. 4, yes, I was indeed scared of Deontay Wilder. Indeed, it's not rubbish. It's for real. And 5, I want to thank my fans, those of you that put up with me. You know what I'm saying? Those who knew I was a paper champ and still supported me. I want to give a big shout out to you. That's what they're going to say, man. Well, let me tell you like this. Good question, Dan. How many consecutive title defenses does AJ have? Now combined, Wilder combined, if you want to talk about combined, Wilder had 10 title defenses, right? Successful title defenses. I believe if you combine AJ title defenses, right, he has about 6, I think. When you talk about him losing the title and then win, I think like 6. I might be a little off with that number, but I'm not trying to be on with it either. I just know it doesn't supersede that of Wilder. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm being clear about. But great question, Dan. Good question, Dan. I'll say 6 or 7 when he had 3 belts, or maybe max. AJ is better known even in the losses. This is just history from American point of view. Otto would be Wilder's first, second best win. No, Wilder shouldn't fight Otto Wallin. Not after how lethargic You know what I'm saying? And how obvious him and Charles Martin has something coming. They both quit. You know what I'm saying? You look. And what they say about Three's Company? Charles Martin quit, Otto Verlin quit, and Joshua quit. Play the music, please. AJ starting to show that hot grease on them punches. Man, stop it. How dare you take a splash of lukewarm water, which is his own sweat, because he's nervous, full of anxiety, and compare that to hot grease. Now you're being absolutely disrespectful now. Now you're being disrespectful to bring up hot grease over here at WCS and say that Joshua is somehow a part of that. Man, please, Joshua don't get close to the stove. He don't want any of that popping on his skin. He might see a little bit of discoloration in his skin tone, and he's going to leave the sport for a little bit until he tans it right back and sands it down, put some goddamn aloe vera on it. Hey, Eddie, can you check it out, Eddie? Can you take a picture? Am I back? I am? Okay. Schedule me for a fight. Make it 8 weeks out, though, so I can get back in here. I'm about 270 right now. I need to lose a little weight. I need to get back acquainted with the gerbils. You know what I'm saying? I need to get them back in shape, too. Fury is overrated, has no legs, and AJ will spark him out. You know damn well that is not the case. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to read that because when people assume or they want to get a reaction, that's not going to do it for me. I'm just going to skip over it. You know what I'm saying? AJ, if Wilder had AJ's resume, you would claim Wilder a legend. He is a legend. I'm not claiming that he's a legend. He is a legend. Who is done? Who has done what Wilder did? Fast track through the Olympics, win the title, 10 successful defenses over a 5-year span. That is legendary. What are you talking about? I wouldn't want him to have AJ's resume. I would want him to have what he was able to get, the WBC title, and be who he was. If he was to pick up more titles, cool. But to speak of, somebody, being like AJ, no. I wouldn't dare want him, no. He's a legend already, man. That's hilarious. I mean, if you want to not, you know what I'm saying, stay on par with proper, you know what I'm saying, proper retention and cataloging of information. How can you say he blew 100 million when the deal was absolutely attempted without his permission? I mean, y'all don't want to pay attention to that type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Legend, Hall of Famer as we speak. Yes, sir. Bars. You know what I'm saying? Legend. Yes, sir. Hall of Famer as we speak. Bars. But y'all been great. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been great. And thanks for mentioning one of my favorite fighters. You yourselves did that, not me. So when this live shut down, don't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's a step closer and y'all are feeling some type of way about going into the second week. I know you had to get it off your chest, vent a little bit. And what I want you to do is just grab a cold beverage and rehydrate, because you spent a lot of time putting Deontay Wilder's name in your mouth tonight. I don't know if y'all colluded in a private chat to come over here and speak Wilder's name, but I love it. I love that you gave him that exposure again and let it be known he is legendary. Legend. legend. You know what I'm saying? As we speak, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, H-O Famer, H-O Famer, Hall of Famer. Let that just sit with you, okay? Let this just sit with you now. And I do encourage you all to return back to when I do this live again in the near future. You know what I'm saying? I do want to give another big shout out to those of you that really really provided that hospitality. It made it seem like, hey, I was sitting right in the heart of Tuscaloosa looking at that Deontay Wilder statue. I get it, man. You know, y'all really mentioned Wilder's name so much tonight, and he's not even the one facing Joshua. That only tells me that you miss him. You wanted Wilder to be on that flyer facing AJ. That's what you're missing. You missing the intrigue of knowing that when Wilder would go in there, you want to talk about disformity? You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about career ending? See, it's easy for you all to look at how he looked against Joseph Parker. But yet y'all don't want to talk about what Joseph Parker looked like when he was stopped by Joe Joyce. I get it. You definitely don't want to talk about losses because Wilder picked up his third loss and y'all been talking about him ever since. That's love. That's L-O-V-E. Okay? That's L-O-V-E. I appreciate everyone in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Participating, interacting. You know what I'm saying? But I still have to remind you all of this right here. I have to remind you at one point in time when I was in the trenches, and like I always say, there's a lot of you all I didn't see out there that claim to be these hardcore Wilder fans. I'd like to give a shout out to Team Bomb Squad and let you all know and be aware of that these individuals in my chat was actively saying nothing but kind words about you, champ. Now, I was kind of shocked by their behavior and giving you so many compliments. They would had nothing but kind words to say about you. Real talk. And I'm being absolutely honest, champ. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate my chat. You know, the hottest in the game. A-Side Official, showing that they A-Side Official by showing love to the best heavyweight of this era. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna take this down right quick because I don't want to keep rubbing that massaging that vapor rub in your eyelids. Now I'm gonna take that down, and then I'm gonna put it back up there. Yeah, that's how the hot grease. You know what I'm saying? I turn up the freaking temperature. You know, continue to get the more bubbles and more bubbles. You know what I'm saying? And then I might just throw something in the hot grease so it can splash on y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got to put that back up there. I'm going to take it down. Okay, for real. I'm going to remove it for good now. Okay? But I appreciate y'all participating in the topic. Even though y'all was getting off topic. We're talking about the Predator, Francis Ngannou, against Anthony Joshua. But it would have been much more of a higher volume of interest if this guy right here that's sitting next to me on the ring, you know, would have been on the thumbnail. I'm just putting it out there. But until next time, man, y'all hold it down. Continue to support the channel. Salute. I'm out. Peace.
Hey, what you got to say there, champ?
Yeah, man.
What's up, Black? Hey, Deontay, what you got to say? What you got to say?
To this day!
To this day! To this day!
Believe it!
Bomb Squad!
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, 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 sports. subscribe.